everybody. Welcome to another edition of Nasdaq Spotlight live here in Orlando, Florida at the Microsoft Ignite conference. I'm your host, Anna Gonzalez, and joining me now is Eric Thomas. He's the Director of Cloud Product Marketing for ExtraHop. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me here.
So tell us a little bit about ExtraHop.
So ExtraHop is a real-time platform for wire data analytics and network traffic analysis. Essentially, we pull information off of network connections, we analyze it in real time, apply machine learning to it, and give kind of the interesting stuff to IT and security teams.
So what brings you to the conference this week?
So essentially, we've partnered with Microsoft on a sort of new enterprise feature for Azure networking. It is the Azure Virtual Network Tap. It's basically a way for Azure's customers to provide full packet streams to things like ExtraHop in real time.
And are there other projects you all are working on right now that are really excite you?
Yeah, I think probably the most exciting project I'm working on right now is they've let me take over the corporate Twitter account for the day, which is very, very brave of them to do that.
From one social person to another. Yes.
There were a lot of discussions and some apprehension, but we got there.
Yeah,
so,
good.
But beyond that, we're continuing.
You can do it.
Yeah, I hope so, and they'll keep me honest if I do anything wrong. But yeah, no, I think continuing to partner with Microsoft, continuing this launch of RevealX for Azure, which is the product we're launching here today. We've just announced it today, but we're going to be continuing to innovate on it and roll out new additions to the product line. So we're going to continue to do that. That's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
So when you think about the customers that you're talking to, or maybe even themes that are coming from the conference, what trends are you seeing out there right now?
So absolutely the biggest trend is increased customer demand for the Azure platform. As the person who kind of talks to all of our cloud customers, it seems like the request for information about Azure and request for features specific to Azure has been increasing dramatically over the last 12 months. So we've been responding to that demand by integrating directly with the platform, partnering with Microsoft on sort of the product management side as well as the product marketing side. They're right in our backyard. We're located in Seattle, so we want to go meet with them. We just drive across a bridge, go to their headquarters. It's really easy to partner with them. They're also very partner friendly, and they're taking a sort of ecosystem approach, which is great for vendors like us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And when you think about what you're hearing and what we've seen in the past, what do you think is coming in the future? What most excites you, whether it's directly in your position or maybe at the industry at large?
I think in the wider industry, the thing that's most exciting to me is seeing how the building blocks provided by public cloud providers, they're sort of raw materials, and our customers are increasingly using them to do sort of more creative things. At first it was sort of just lift up all your stuff and move it to Azure, move it to AWS. Now our customers are taking advantage of elasticity and automation to say, hey, listen, if the average dwell time for an attacker in a breach scenario is 90 days, what if we just shut down the entire environment and rebuild it from scratch every 30 days? We've just cut it down. So things like that weren't possible in the past. An entire bank, multinational bank, basically saying, we're just going to shut the entire thing down, build it back up, overnight with no interruption to service. That's pretty exciting stuff for kind of an old school IT person like myself.
Yeah, absolutely. I have not heard of that before, so that's very interesting. So let's switch gears a little bit, enter our lightning round if you're ready.
Sure.
All right. What app can you not live without?
So my boring answers are like Notes and Evernote and Mail or whatever. I think probably the one that I really can't live without is a white noise app that I use to go to sleep at night.
Nice.
It's literally called White Noise. I have a little Bluetooth speaker that I take with me wherever I go.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different settings. I think hard rain pouring, that's my setting. Wherever I am, and I can go to sleep at night. So probably that's the one I literally can't live without, because if I don't get any sleep, then I'm dead during the day.
Yeah, and in this world that's constantly changing, you need to be running around, you need your sleep.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So what would you say is the coolest technology you have in your office?
A lot of cool technology. We have a bunch of VR stuff that we play with. I think the thing that makes my life the easiest is this little Apple camera. The one thing I've noticed over the years is it doesn't matter how innovative we are as technology companies, we still have trouble with things like printers and phones and projectors. Like, it seems like you spend 5 minutes in every meeting just like getting it working. The Owl is just something you plug into a laptop, and it just tracks people around the room as they're talking for teleconferencing purposes. It's very...
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's another really good productivity hack. So what do you like to do when you're not working?
I mostly like to hang out with my dog, go hiking and fishing and stuff like that. He's He's not a very smart boy, but he's a very good boy.
Oh, that's good to hear. So as we start to wrap up here, Eric, people who are watching and thinking, I want to be in Eric's shoes one day, what advice do you have for them?
Very good question, especially in the cloud era. So as the lower level technologies have been abstracted away, people aren't spending as much time on the lower level stuff, getting closer to the metal, understanding things like the actual processor design or assembler and stuff like that. That's really important for understanding an overall security attack surface. So the more people can kind of go deep and just make themselves learn that stuff, I think the better off they'll be overall.
How did you learn about all this?
Taught myself. Yeah, just wanted to understand how things work and pull apart. And the more that people can just take an individual piece of a system and say, how does this thing, really serve the other pieces of it and go real deep? I think it's worked for me, and hopefully it can work for other people.
Yeah, it's very smart. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, Eric.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Anna.
And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more conversations from right here at the Microsoft Ignite Conference.